Genesis chapter 36. Esau's descendants. These are the descendants of Esau, that is Edom. Esau married women of Canaan, Ada the daughter of Elon the Hittite, Oholibamah the daughter of Anna, the son of Zibeon the Hivite, Basemath the daughter of Ishmael and sister of Nebaioth. Ada bore to Esau Eliphaz, Basemath bore Ruel, Oholibamah bore Jeush, Jalam and Korah. These are the sons of Esau who were born to him in the land of Canaan. Esau with his wives, his sons and daughters, all the members of his household, his livestock, all his cattle, and all the goods he had acquired in the land of Canaan, left for the land of Seir, away from his brother Jacob, for they had acquired too many possessions to live together. The land where they were living at that time could not support them both because of their cattle. That is why Esau, that is Edom, settled in the hill country of Seir. These are the descendants of Esau, the father of the Edomites in the hill country of Seir. These are the names of Esau's sons: Eliphaz the son of Ada, Esau's wife, and Ruel the son of Basemath, Esau's wife. The sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, Gatam, Kenaz. Eliphaz son of Esau had Timnah for concubine, and she bore him Amalek. These are the sons of Ada, Esau's wife. These are the sons of Ruel, Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, Mizah. These are the sons of Basemath, Esau's wife. These are the sons of Esau's wife, Oholibamah, daughter of Anna, son of Zibeon. She bore him Jeush, Jalam, and Korah. These are the chiefs of the sons of Esau. The sons of Eliphaz, firstborn of Esau: Teman, Omar, Zepho, Kenaz, Gatam, Amalek. These are the chiefs of Eliphaz in the land of Edom. These are descended from Ada. And these are the sons of Ruel, son of Esau: Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, and Mizah. These are the chiefs of Ruel in the land of Edom. These descended from Basemath, Esau's wife. And these are the sons of Oholibamah, Esau's wife: Jeush, Jalam, and Korah. These are the chiefs who descended from Esau's wife, Oholibamah, daughter of Anna. These are the sons of Esau, that is Edom, and these are their chiefs. These are the sons of Seir the Horite, rulers of the land: Lotan, Shobal, Zibeon, Anna, Dishon, Ezer, Disham. These are the chiefs of the Horites, the sons of Seir in the land of Edom. The sons of Lotan were Hori and Hemem, and Lotan's sister is Timnah. These are the sons of Shobal: Alvan, Manahath, Ebal, Shepo, Onam. These are the sons of Zibeon: Aiah and Anah. He is the Anah who found the hot springs in the wilderness as he pastured the donkeys of his father Zibeon. These are the children of Anah: Dishon, Oholibamah, daughter of Anna. These are the sons of Dishon: Hemdan, Eshban, Ithran, Karen. These are the sons of Ezer: Bilhan, Zavan, and Akam. These are the sons of Dishan: Uz, and Aaron. These are the chiefs of the Horites: Chief Lotan, Chief Shobal, Chief Zibeon, Chief Anah, Chief Dishon, Chief Ezer, Chief Dishan. These are the chiefs of the Horites according to their clans in the land of Seir. The rulers of Edom. These are the kings who reigned in the land of Edom before the Israelites had a king. In Edom this reigned Bela, son of Beer. His city was called Dinhabah. Bela died, and Jobab, son of Zerah from Bozrah, succeeded him as king. Jobab died, and Husham of the land of the Timonites succeeded. Husham died, and Hadad, son of Bedad, succeeded. He defeated the Midianites in the country of Moab, and his city was called Aviv. Hadad died, and Samlah of Masrekah succeeded. Samlah died, and Shaul of Rehoboth Nahar succeeded. Shaul died, and Baal-Hanan, son of Akbor, succeeded. Baal-Hanan died and Hadad succeeded. His city was called Po. His wife's name was Mehetabel, daughter of Matred from Mizahab. These are the names of the chiefs of Esau according to their clans and localities by name. Chiefs Timnah, Alva, Jetheth, Oholibamah, Ela, Pinon, Kenaz, Teman, Mibzar, Magdiel, Iram. These are the chiefs of Edom according to their families and residents in the land that was theirs. Esau was the father of the Edomites. Genesis chapter 37. Joseph's dreams. Jacob settled down in the land where his father had wandered in the land of Canaan. This is the story of Jacob's family. Joseph, a young man of 17, was shepherding the flock with his brothers, the sons of Bilhah and the sons of Zilpah, his father's wives. Joseph brought his father bad reports about them. Now Israel loved Joseph more than any of his other children, for he was the son of his old age. He had a gown with long sleeves made for him. When his brothers saw that their father loved him more than he loved them, they hated him and could no longer speak to him in a friendly way. Joseph had a dream, and when he told it to his brothers, they hated him even more. Listen to the dream I had. We were binding sheaves in the field when my sheaf rose and stood up, and your sheaves gathered round and bowed down to my sheaf. His brothers said to him, So you want to rule us or lord it over us? They hated him even more because of his dreams of what he said. Joseph had another dream which he told his brothers. In this dream I saw the sun, the moon, and 11 stars bowing down before me. When he told this to his father and his brothers, his father rebuked him. What is the meaning of this dream which you had? Are all of us, myself, your mother, and your brothers, to come and bow to the ground before you? His brothers were jealous of him, but his father kept in mind what he had said. Joseph sold by his brothers. Now his brothers had gone to pasture their father's flock at Shechem. And Israel said to Joseph, Your brothers are pasturing the flock at Shechem. Come, I will send you to them. Joseph replied, Here I am. Then his father said, Go and see if all is well with your brothers and with the flock. Then come back and tell me. Jacob sent him from the valley of Hebron, and Joseph arrived at Shechem. A man met him as he was wandering through the countryside and said to him, What are you looking for? He replied, I am looking for my brothers. Please tell me where they are pasturing the flock. The man said, They have gone from here, for I heard them say, Let us go to Dothan. So Joseph went off after his brothers and found them at Dothan. They saw him at a distance, and before he reached them, they plotted to kill him. They said to one another, Here comes the dreamer. Now is the time. Let us kill him and throw him into a well. We shall say a wild animal devoured him, then we shall see what comes of his dreams. But Reuben heard this and tried to save him from their hands, saying, Shed no blood, throw him in this well in the wilderness, but do him no violence. This he said, intending to save him from them and take him back to his father. So as soon as Joseph arrived, they stripped him of the long-sleeved gown that he wore, and they took him and threw him in the well. Now the well was empty without water. They were sitting for a meal when they looked up and saw a caravan of Ishmaelites coming from Gilead, their camels laden with spices, balsam and myrrh, which they were taking down to Egypt. Judah then said to his brothers, What do we gain by killing our brother and hiding his blood? Come, we will sell him to the Ishmaelites and not lay our hands on him, for he is our brother and our own flesh. His brothers agreed to this. So when the Midianite merchants came along, they pulled Joseph up and lifted him out of the well. For 20 shekels of silver they sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites, who took him with them to Egypt. When Reuben went back to the well, Joseph was no longer there. He tore his clothes and returned to his brothers and said, The boy has disappeared, and what am I to do? Then they took Joseph's gown, killed the goat, and dipped the gown in its blood. They sent the long-sleeved gown to their father with the message, "This we have found. See if it is your son's gown or not." He recognized it and said, "It is my son's gown." Joseph has been attacked by a wild animal and torn to pieces. Jacob then tore his garments, put on a sackcloth on his loins, and mourned his son for a long time. All his sons and daughters came to comfort him, but he refused to be consoled, saying, "I shall go down to the underworld mourning for my son." Thus his father wept for him. Meanwhile the Midianites sold Joseph in Egypt to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh and the commander of the guard. Genesis chapter 38. Judah and Tamar. It happened at this time that Judah left his brothers and went to stay with a man of Adullam by the name of Hira. There Judah saw the daughter of a Canaanite called Shua. He married her and slept with her. She conceived and gave birth to a son whom he called She conceived again and had a son and called him Onan. And then she had a third son whom she called Shelah. She was a Shezib when she gave birth to him. Judah got a wife for his firstborn son. Her name was Tamar, but Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the Lord's sight, and the Lord took his wife. Then Judah said to Onan, "Lie with your brother's widow and fulfill the duties of a brother-in-law. The child to be born will be the heir of your brother." But Onan knew the child would not be his, so whenever he slept with his brother's widow, he spilled the semen on the ground lest he give an heir to his brother. What he did was displeasing to the Lord, who took his life as well. Then Judah said to his daughter-in-law Tamar, "Live as a widow in your father's house until Shelah my son has grown up." For he was afraid that Shelah, like his brother, might die. So Tamar went and lived in her father's house. After a long time, the wife of Judah, Shua's daughter, died. When Judah's mourning period was over, he went up to Timnah to his sheep shearers with his friend Hira the Adullamite. It happened that Tamar was told, "Your father-in-law is going up to Timnah to shear his sheep." She at once took off her widow's clothes, put on a veil, and wrapped herself fully, and sat down at the entrance to Enaim, which is on the road to Timnah, for she knew that although Shelah was a grown-up man, she had not been given to him in marriage. Judah saw her, and as her face was veiled, he took her for a prostitute. He went over to her on the roadside and said, "Allow me to sleep with you," for he did not know she was his daughter-in-law. She asked, "What will you give me to sleep with you?" He said, "I will send you a kid from my flock." She replied, "Will you give me a pledge till you send it?" "What pledge shall I give you?" she asked. She answered, "Give me your seal, your cord, and the staff in your hand." So he gave them to her and slept with her, and she became pregnant by him. Then she rose and left him, and taking off her veil, she put on her widow's clothes. When Judah sent the kid by his friend, the Adullamite, to recover the pledge from the woman, he did not find her. So he questioned the local people, "Where is the prostitute who was by the road at Enaim?" "There has been no prostitute there," they said. He returned to Judah and said, "I did not find her," and even the local people said, "There was no prostitute there." Judah then said, "Let her keep it all for herself, lest the people finally laugh at us. At least I sent her the kid, even if you did not find her." About 3 months later, Judah was told, "Tamar, your daughter-in-law, played the prostitute, and moreover she is now with child." Judah said, "Bring her out and let her be burned." As they were bringing her out, she sent word to her father-in-law, "I have become pregnant by the man who owns these things. Find out to whom this seal, cord, and staff belong." Judah acknowledged them and said, "She is more righteous than I, since I did not give her to my son Shelah, and he had no further intercourse with her." When the time came for her to give birth, there were twins in her womb. And when she was giving birth, one of them put out his hand And the midwife tied a scarlet thread around his wrist, saying, "This one is the firstborn." But he withdrew his hand, and his brother came out first, and she said, "What a rift you have made for yourself." And he was called Perez. Then his brother with the scarlet thread on his wrist came out, and he was given the name Zerah. Psalm chapter 18. A royal thanksgiving for victory. I love you, Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer, my God, my rock in whom I take refuge. He is my shield, the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. I call on the Lord, who is worthy of praise. He saves me from my enemies. The cords of death surrounded me, the destroying flood overwhelmed me, caught by the cords of the underworld. I was utterly helpless before the snares of death, but I called upon the Lord in my distress. I cried to my God for help. From his temple he heard my voice. My cry of grief reached his ears. Then the earth reeled and rocked, the foundations of the mountains shook. They trembled at his fury. Smoke rose from his nostrils, from his mouth a devouring fire that kindled coals into flame. He parted the heavens and came down with dark clouds under his feet. He rode on a cherub and flew, borne on the wings of the wind. He made the darkness that surrounded him. He is veiled with the dark rain clouds of the sky. Then from the brightness of his presence there broke through his clouds hailstones and blazing fire. From heaven the Lord thundered, the voice of the Most High resounded. Sending out a hail of arrows he scattered them. Flashing forth bolts of lightning he rooted them. The beds of the seas appeared, and the foundations of the world were bared. At the rebuke of the Lord, at the blast of his breath. Reaching down from above, he took hold of me. He drew me out of the deep waters. Too strong for me were my enemies, but he rescued me from my adversaries. They launched their attack on an opportune day, but the Lord was my stay. He has set me free in an open place. How great indeed is his love for me. The Lord rewarded me according to my justice. According to the cleanness of my hands he repaid me. For I have been faithful to the Lord's way, and have not fallen away from my God. All his ordinances are before me, and I have always followed his statutes. Before him I have done uprightly, and kept myself from iniquity. Therefore the Lord has given me recompense according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands. To the faithful you show yourself faithful. To the blameless you show yourself blameless. To the pure you show yourself pure. But to the crooked you show yourself astute. For you raise up the humble and bring down the arrogant. O Lord, you give light to my lamp. O my God, you turn my darkness into light. Yes, with you I can crush and arm the band, and by my God I can leap over a wall. As for our God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is always fulfilled. For those who seek refuge in him, he is a shield. There is no other God but the Lord. There is no other rock but our God. He is the God who girds me with strength and prepares my ways. He has made my feet as swift as the hinds. He has set me securely on the heights. He trains my hands for war and my arms to bend a bow of bronze. You have given me your shield for protection. Your right hand has upheld me, and your help has made me great. You enlarge the space before me. My step will not falter. I pursued my enemies and overtook them. I did not turn back till I had destroyed them. Thrusting them through, I did not give them time to rise. They fell under my feet. You have given me strength for the battle. You have subdued my adversaries beneath me. You have put my enemies to flight and destroyed those who hated me. They cried for help, but no one came. They cried to the Lord, but he did not answer them. I crushed them fine as dust before the wind. Like mud in the streets I trampled them. You have delivered me from the assault of the people, and have made me head over the nations. They came to serve me, people I had not known. At the sound of my voice they rose to obey. Foreigners approached me, cringing and fawning, staggering out of their fortresses. They came to me, trembling with fear. The Lord lives, praised be my rock, exalted be my Saviour God. The God who granted me vengeance and subdued the peoples for me. He delivered me from my foes. He exalted me above my adversaries. He rescued me from men of violence. For this I will extol you, O Lord, among the nations. I will sing praise to your name. You have given victory to your king. You have shown your love to your anointed, to David and to his descendants forever. Matthew chapter 12, verse 24 to 50. When the Pharisees heard this, they said, "It is Beelzebub, head of the demons, that this man drives out devils." Jesus knew what they were thinking, so he said to them, "Every kingdom that is divided against itself will fall apart, and every town or household that is divided against itself will not last. So if Satan drives out Satan, he is divided against himself. How then can his kingdom stand? And if it is by Beelzebub that I drive out evils, by whom do your own people drive them out? They themselves will tell you how wrong you are. But if it is by the Spirit of God that I drive out devils, then the kingdom of God has already come upon you. How can anyone break into a strong man's house and make off with his belongings, unless he first ties up the strong man? Only then can he plunder his house. He who is not with me is against me, and he who does not gather with me scatters. And so I tell you, any sin of blasphemy will be forgiven, but blasphemy against the Spirit will not be forgiven. Whoever says anything against the Son of Man will be forgiven, but whoever says something against the Holy Spirit will not be forgiven, either in this age or in the age to come. If you have a sound tree, its fruits will be sound. If you have a rotten tree, its fruits will be rotten. For you can know a tree by its fruits. You brood of vipers, how can you say anything good when you are so evil? For the mouth speaks of what fills the heart. A good man produces what is good out of his good treasure, and an evil man produces evil from his evil store. I tell you this, on the judgment day you will have to give an account of any useless word you have spoken. Your own words will declare you either innocent or guilty. The sign of Jonah. Then some teachers of the law and some Pharisees spoke up. "Teacher, we want to see a sign from you." Jesus answered them, "An evil and unfaithful people want a sign, but no sign will be given to it except the sign of the prophet Jonah. In the same way that Jonah spent 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the big fish, so will the Son of Man spend 3 days and 3 nights in the depths of the earth. At the judgment, the people of Nineveh will stand up against the people of this generation and condemn them because they have reformed their lives at the preaching of Jonah, and there is someone greater than Jonah here. At the judgment, the queen of the south will rise and condemn you. She came from the other side of the world to listen to the wisdom of Solomon, and there is someone greater than Solomon here. The return of the unclean spirit. When an evil spirit goes out of a person, it wanders over dry wastelands looking for a place to rest. When it cannot find one, it says to itself, "I will go back to my house from which I came." So it goes back and finds the house empty, clean, and in order. Off it goes again to bring back with it, this time 7 spirits, more evil than itself. They move in and settle there, so that this person is finally in a worse state than he was at the beginning. This is what will happen to this evil generation. The true king spoke of Jesus. While Jesus was still talking to the people, his mother and his brothers came to speak to him, and they waited outside. So someone said to him, Your mother and your brothers are just outside. They want to speak to you." Jesus answered, "Who is my mother? Who are my brothers?" Then he pointed to the disciples and said, "Look, here are my mother and my brothers. Whoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother, my sister, and my mother."